No, this is not an ugly drawing of a snake or the little red line that you see.
It is not the hardest. These are all Latin speaking, Latin alphabet users. They are no, Slovak is in no way the hardest. If anything, it's one of the easiest.
Under misspelled words on Microsoft Word. This is Russian cursive, the most cursed writing system in the world. Probably. I don't know. Привет всем, меня зовут Яма. Я люблю смеяться над одноязычными людьми, и в этом... I don't know. Привет всем, меня зовут Яма. Я люблю смеяться над одноязычными людьми, и в этом видео я хочу поговорить о русской рукописи. One of the most unique parts about Russian is that anything that's written by hand has to be always written in cursive. This means one of the easiest ways to determine if someone is a foreigner is to see if they write using the real alphabet. What a bunch of nerds. Who even uses the real alphabet anymore? Russian cursive, or рукописный шрифт, is a pretty distinct part about the Russian culture, and today I'm gonna be yapping about its history, its use in everyday life, and just why it's so goddamn cursed. Поехали. Cursive was actually implemented into Russian in 1708, when Peter the Great was tired of writing the standard script and said, "Yo, writing these alien-looking letters is too slow. We need a faster way to write by hand." And so this man created the гражданский шрифт, which is the civilian script made for everyday life. Russian cursive as we know it took shape during this period. By the 19th century, its elegant connected stroke.
What were the letters before Lenin did that thing? Hold on. There were. Y'all is still used now. And it should be. It really should be used all the time instead of just living up to gas. Still used. Is that an I? They're still used now. E. Okay. Yacht. Okay, that makes sense.
Strokes were fully established, and it became the standard for personal correspondence, business transactions, and even school assignments. Please correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I'm pretty sure Russian universities require you to write in cursive for their entrance exams, so that you can't get into university if you write using the real alphabet. Fast forward to today, and cursive still remains deeply ingrained in Russian culture, so much so that
I want to check. I want to check the audio. Yeah, sounds better. Hold on, let me do something real quick.
it's taught to children in elementary schools as the only way to write by hand. Why is this? Well, there are a few good reasons. First, it's way faster. The regular Russian letters take significantly longer to write compared to their cursive counterparts. Every letter is designed to flow and connect with each other. Their effort.
Poem. The poem. Agni. What? Agni. Barta. I think Agni Barta is some poet. Agni Barta. Okay. Agni Barta. Agni Barta. Miash? Huh? Miani. Miachi. Oh yeah, I see that. Kind of. No, I don't. Mальчик. I'm confused. That's it. Наша ты. Наша дана.
Effortlessly. This makes it ideal for situations with a time limit, such as writing notes in class, writing letters, or even jotting down a list of groceries. Second, it's just way more practical. Due to its speed, cursive quickly became the standard for everyday forms like job applications, governmental paperwork.
The way you write the D with that hook on the end isn't ideal. Apparently, some other person doesn't do the hook and just does this. Or, just don't do it at all, just...
And even exams. I also think that most Russians will agree when I say this, but cursive, when done right, looks significantly better than its regular counterpart. Honestly, it's just way more appealing to look at, like...
Время.
Come on, this is beautiful. This is art. And third, there's tradition. Russians take pride in their unique writing system, and cursive is a skill that ties generations together. Unlike America, that treats cursive as this ugly cousin of the regular writing system that...
I write in cursive, and it's great, but you can barely read it.
That only older folks use, and me. Please bring back cursive. Like, please, please, I'm begging you. So, cursive is faster, more practical, and more elegant. But why is it so goddamn cursed? Let's talk about that, starting with letter variation. Basically, in order to do a little trolling, Peter the Great decided to make some of the cursive letters completely different from their printed counterparts. Take the letter G, for instance. In normal Russian, it kind of looks like the letter R in English, but in cursive form, it looks like the English S. Like, what the fuck? Or the letter D, which kind of looks like a deformed version of the uppercase A in English, but its cursive form in Russian looks like the lowercase g in English. Where did this come from? And then the worst of all is the letter T, which is the letter T. Looks and sounds exactly the same as its English counterpart, but in Russian.
T. I know T is the...
Т.
Yes.
Т.
T.
Т.
Yes, T. And then T.
Т мягкий знак.
Damn it. Okay, black.
Блят.
Black. Так.
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 Тяг.
Чак.
In cursive, it magically transforms into the letter
There's the
M.
one viewer.
Why is this? Who created this letter? There is a way to write the letter T without making it look like a completely different
Yeah, but
letter.
you have to lift the pen.
Why do we do this? This shit is just pure evil. But hey, on the bright side, Russian cursive is super legible and super easy to read, even to native speakers. Russian cursive is extremely difficult to read, even to native speakers in some cases. This is mainly due to these letters: le, I, sh, she, tse, me. Because when you use these letters together, they look the same. There's no deviation. Okay.
At least they're creative about it.
Okay, all memes aside, there's actually a way to make Russian cursive 100 times more legible. And it's pretty simple. Just add this little divot to your L's, and most words just become significantly easier to read. And honestly, most of the memes that you see about Russian cursive on the internet are pretty inaccurate and use words that are so rarely used that, as a Russian learner, you probably...
Okay, let me check.
easier to read. And honestly, most of the memes that you see about Russian cursive on the internet...
You will deprive.
Лишишь. 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 Лишишь.
Yeah, I'm going to check.
are pretty inaccurate and use words that are so rarely used that, as a Russian learner, you probably will never see them. So you definitely don't need to be as scared of Russian cursive. Okay, if you're a tupой americanец and you're learning Russian, I highly recommend that you learn how to write in Russian cursive. This will make all Russians respect you 100 times more. I guarantee it. And don't worry, surprisingly, it's actually not as hard as you would.
Writing is at least 800 times easier than reading.
Think. I even have some tips that will help you along your way. Number 1, start with tracing exercises. Just as if you were back in grade school, tracing exercises will be your gateway into learning cursive. There are plenty of free principle worksheets and videos to guide you on the internet. Just Google them. They will help you understand in which strokes the letters are written, and it will also help you get in the rhythm of cursive. After tracing exercises, you should learn how to write your name, and then start writing these commonly used Russian words. Just start off with some of the shorter ones to make them a little bit easier to read. And lastly, don't stress about perfection. Even native speakers have messy cursive writing. So don't worry if yours looks like shit. I've personally met foreigners who have cursive that is significantly better than mine. So there you have it.
Just the whiteboard to practice a tiny bit. I just want something simple. How they write their D's is honestly quite nice, but it's messy. This is how they write their E's. We should start writing backward threes. Backward Z. What? It's funny how you're supposed to write your Z's like this. Like, I was taught to write my Z's like this in cursive. I don't. I just write them like this. And it's supposed to say glaze. Something like... Okay. Oh, well, improve it. I would like to improve it. Yeah, that's how I write it. Also, what does it mean? Li Shi. Deprive. Li Shi. Does it actually though? Yes. Li Shi. Okay. Yeah, that's what mine is. Oh, such a massive change! Oh, they did it before the L's. That's what Yana was talking about. It's still pretty much unreadable, bro. It helps. If you did it in front of every letter, then it would definitely help, Lee Shirley. Okay, let's draw write Lee Shirley again. Lee. No. Lee. Lee Shirley. Now. Let's do only the L's. Lee. Lee. It doesn't really help. And what about every letter? Lee. I know it looks messy because I'm writing with the mouse, but this would make it so much easier to read. Well, the sure looks like a M. It's not like it wasn't already unreadable. Well, kind of does, kind of doesn't. Один, два, блин. What? Один, два, блин. My grammar is terrible. Okay, let's watch this again because I did kind of learn the conjugation, the verb conjugations.
Do on these tests
I know
will
how
determine
to
your level
roll
of
my
Russian.
R's.
It's pretty straightforward. You stupid dull.
It's probably the easiest trill.
Well, there are actually 3 components of language. This video
mom.
is only going to test your grammatical ability to speak Russian. I've already released a video about comprehension, so make sure you go check that one out. But now, давай начнем с уровнем А1 и А2. Поехали.
Поехали.
Okay, question 1. Fill in the blank. Я, blank, на работу каждый день. Is it A, идут, B, идешь, C, иду, or D, иди нахуй? Have you thought of your answer yet?
Definitely D, guys.
The answer
Probably not
is
C.
C, иду. Я иду на работу каждый
Иди
день.
нахуй.
Question 2. Fill in the blank again. Она лежит,
She
space, полу,
лежит полу.
как какая-то pick me.
I don't know, so I'm gonna guess B.
Is it A, в, B, на, C, под, or D, около?
Около. I'm gonna guess
If you guessed A, then you're absolutely wrong because the answer is actually B. Она лежит на полу, как какая-то pick me. Question 3.
How's a guess?
Another fill in the blank. Моя бабушка живет в доме. What is the
Большом. I'm gonna guess shom. It's either or your yes, not I. Because dom is masculine.
ending of the word? Is it A, большая? Is it B, большой? Is it C, большом? Or D, больше? And the answer to this question is actually C.
Yay!
Моя бабушка живет в большом доме. Let's carry on with number 4. For this one, you're gonna have to find the synonym of the word друг. Is it A, враг? B, приятель? C, знакомый? Or D, ебло?
Okay. My Russian reading is fine. It's fine. You're already fluent, bro. Serious?
Hey guys, today we're gonna be watching Steve Kaufman until he mentions Link You. Let's go.
Today I want to share with you some of the things that I do at Link.
Okay,
That's fine. Okay, I do want to see this.
there are a lot of good ways to learn a new language. From tutors to tutorials to traveling to another country and even joining the average CSGO lobby. But there are also a lot of bad ways to learn a new language. My name's Yama, and in order to make my life as miserable as possible, I've decided to learn languages in the most unconventional, weirdest ways possible.
What?
Let me introduce you to my friend Language Sim. He's a hyper-polyglot giga-chat alpha male who's very attracted to every woman and man on the planet. And today I want to see if it's possible to learn a new language only by watching his videos. Your immediate reaction should be, Yama, this is one of the worst ideas I've ever heard.
It is a
And you know
terrible
what? Just
idea.
shut the fuck. Language I've decided on is Spanish because I can
Why
already roll
Mexican?
my R's, and Los Pollos Hermanos is my favorite restaurant. The rules are pretty simple. I can only use Language Sims videos in order to learn the language, and I can only use Google Translate for Spanish phrases, so that I basically can't just Google Translate everything from English.
What the heck?
Now let's take a quick language test to show you just how great my Spanish is. Taking this placement test has landed me in Unit 6. To give you a little bit of a
Unit
perspective,
6?
in order to reach B1 on Duolingo, you need to complete 66 units.
66
So yeah,
units.
I'm a little ways away from that. But when I retake this placement test at the end of the challenge, hopefully I will be further along. So you may be wondering, how am I even going to learn a new language by watching some stupid Americans speaking Americanese on YouTube? And alright, so my plan is pretty simple. Languageship has a few short clips of him speaking Spanish on his channel. It's not much, but listening to these clips will help me get an understanding of what Spanish should sound like.
Did you know that hola can actually be an extremely offensive slur? To avoid insulting someone, use the more colloquial phrase, eres un hijo de puta, if you're talking to a man.
There's obviously not a lot of these clips, so I ended up finding a new method of learning Spanish, and it's all through this one little button. YouTube has this feature where you can auto-translate captions into another language. It's not always accurate, but it should help me establish a baseline Spanish vocabulary. I'm gonna start translating some of the videos and see what random words and phrases I can pick up. Let's just see how this goes.
Hold on, just calm back a little bit. Now it looks a bit like Russian cursive to me. These things. It's amazing how I got 0 viewers.
I ended up only having time to study in the evening, which was unideal because I was more tired, but oh well, this is low-key kind of fun. I wrote out about a page full of new words and verbs, making sure I try to pronounce them as I write them out. Then I decided it would be kind of good to do a small test and try to write out a short paragraph using the vocabulary I have accumulated. Okay, well, here's what I got. Hola, mi nombre se llama. Desafortunadamente, yo no hablo español, pero yo soy catruf. In the comment section, which is still a part of the video. You see, if you scroll for long enough on there, you will run into these weird people talking in this bizarre language called Mexicanese. Using these comments, we can learn vocabulary faster and simultaneously test our ability to read.
Okay. Let's just get pure input. No translating, nothing. Just pure input. Just mindless input. Because I don't know that works or something.
Нет, дорогая, нет.
Да не буду я это учить! Какой бред вообще! Похер, спешу! Как видит школьник.
I'm gonna get my comments out here. I want to know if anyone's actually watching. Who the hell liked? Who the hell's watching now? Could you comment?
ГДЗ онлайн. А плюс Б в кубе равняется...
Я все.
Что, все?
Да. Это великолепно! Берите с него пример. Будущий миллиардер. Гений. Молодец. Молодец. Блин, какой крутой.
Да ладно, ребят, вы чего? Вы тоже так научитесь.
А ты придурок. Пишу, что происходит на самом деле. А ты придурок. Спешу, что происходит на самом деле.
Я все. Нафига ты мне даешь бланк с ответами на контрольную по химии, когда у нас физика? Ну ты и долбоёб.
Уборка в комнате. Как видит школьник. Ты должен передраить весь дом, пока мы с отцом отдыхаем. Мам, ну пожалуйста. Пап, ну я же убираюсь. А ну закрыл свой рот. Ты будешь убираться всегда. комнате. Что происходит на самом деле?
Let's go. Someone told me I have 440 minutes.
Не могу.
Okay, I'll keep
Дебил?
Hello.
Родительское собрание. Как видит школьник.
Сынок, я на родительское собрание. Я тебе сейчас...
Okay, he's a liar.
Сынок? Ты мелкий говнюк! Да, мам. С тобой все в порядке? Да. Надеюсь, я не буду за тебя краснеть? Да.
Non più andrai farfallone amoroso, notte e giorno d'intorno girando, nelle belle tuo mondo e riposo, narcisetto adoncino d'amor, nelle belle tuo mondo e riposo,
Yeah, this is incomprehensible.
narcisetto adoncino d'amor.
About
Родительское собрание.
Almost
Что происходит на самом деле?
she's black.
Мам, что с тобой случилось? Тебя из моих оценок тогда? Мам, ну пожалуйста, ответь! Мам, ну прости, пожалуйста, прости, я не хотел. Ну да, у меня плохие оценки, но это же не повод учителю бить тебя. Правда, мам? Чего ты молчишь, мам?
Мы тебе 5 лет давали деньги на ремонт класса. А учитель сказал, что их нет. Куда делись деньги?
Non più andrai farfallone amoroso, notte e giorno d'intorno girando, nelle belle tuo mondo e riposo.
Получил пятерку. Как видит школьник. Мам, я пятерку получил! Да ладно, а ну покажи! Офигеть! 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 Ну ты у меня просто умничка! Просто золото! Можешь пойти в компьютер поиграть! Правда? Ну конечно! Что происходит на самом деле? Мам, я пятерка!
Okay, so. Okay, can this person really speak Russian? I think this will be good in
This is Zakana, a polyglot YouTuber who became famous by speaking to people all around the world in their native tongue over VR chat.
皆さんは日本人ですよね。
いやいや、違う違う。
タイ人ですか。
俺はスペイン人です。
スペイン人。あ、hablas español?
Sí, hablo español.
One of the 7 languages he claims to speak is Russian, and today I want to see if he's telling the truth or not. I'm Yama, a native Russian speaker. Доброе утро всем, я хочу поцеловать птицу из Duolingo. Today I want to watch a couple of his clips and see if he's actually speaking the language or if it's Google Translate doing all the work for him. As with all videos in this series, I'll be giving a rating at the end of the video, so make sure to stick around and see what I think his level of Russian is. With that out of the way, let's go.
Татьяна Дин, ты смотрел или нет?
А, Татьянин день, нет, я это не слышал, да.
Я знаю, как петь. Это мы хотели жить, любить ведь быть одной судьбой, и наше счастье не делить с тем другим, стоит другому. Но бывает так, что все меняется потом.
That wasn't that bad, but that wasn't very good either. Уже есть несколько проблем, когда он говорит, особенно грамматически. When he says Татьян один, that literally just means Татьян one instead of day. So the pronunciation is just so wrong that it sounds like a completely different word. But he can sing, and I'll give him that.
Как ты смеешь? Ну что это?
Это мой любимый скин, зачем ты так? Никто его не берет,
Это просто
кроме меня.
ужасно. Это кто? Это женщина.
Не важно, кто это, главное, что это выглядит красиво.
Что тебе нравится.
Эстетика.
Ну, понял. Да, эстетика. Окей. Я хочу добавить тебя в друзья.
Окей.
Ты тоже, но это к сожалению, потому
Ты
что
тоже.
у вас есть это панджабаб. А сейчас хорошо.
Ты тоже. Грамматично нужно было сказать тебя тоже. Но это такая маленькая ошибка, и он вообще-то хорошо здесь произнес все слова строчкой.
Олен... Что? Олен не...
Да, оленёнок. Ой, ты говоришь по-русски?
Да-да-да.
О, блин. Ты говоришь по-русски? Ты мой братуха. Я люблю тебя.
Ты русский или...
Да, я не русская. Я кореянка.
Кореянка? 안녕하세요.
Да, я кореянка.
저는 뉴욕에서 왔습니다.
I'm trying to get
Видимо,
Russian
просто
in
как он
what?
прочитал слово олененок, уже дает вам идею, какой у него уровень русского, потому что он так по глазам, там, знаешь, читает слово, это не хорошо слушать, знаешь. Но это вообще-то сложное слово, прочитать олененок. Иностранцу это сложное слово, я бы так сказал.
За 15 центов ты будешь все. Да.
15? Там было... It said 50, bro.
Понимаешь, вот с девушками ты пошел. Смотри, вот тут это.
Я хочу посетить...
Вот там сейчас, да, там сейчас туризм. Сейчас у нас туризм. Я был, это
2
год.
цент айскрим?
Да. Вот это я год был.
Так он спросил, как ты русский знаешь? Я сказал, что я с ума учился и вот на интернете, и он не верил меня. Так, это смешно, это было смешно.
Я уже вижу, что он много ошибок пропускает, когда он говорит, и много слышно, как будто он иностранец. Когда я его сравниваю с language, уже видно, что это один из них говорит достаточно хорошо, и один из них только-только начал изучать язык.
Lloyd, where are you from?
Something tell me that you can speak Russian.
Да, я могу говорить, это не проблема для меня.
He's a man, right?
Oh my goodness.
Да. Мне очень нравится это язык. Я был в Москве один раз. Я видел Красная площадь. Это было очень... Да. Это было очень...
The Kremlin does look like quite a nice place. On the Ivan the Great. Ivan the Great. And Ivan the Great, and Ivan the Terrible, and the Terrible is his son.
Это было очень веселее. Мне очень нравится Россия. Это было очень веселее.
Очень веселее. Мне очень нравится, когда все вот с ума сходят, когда он говорит самые элементарные фразы. Я знаю, что он как раз иностранец, и это звучит так, о, вау. К русскому это звучит очень удивительно, но вы должны со мной согласиться, что это не такой высокий уровень русского. Особенно, когда он переиспользует много фраз. И это уже немножко слышно, что он просто выучил элементарные фразы, которые вот самые больше использованы в русском языке. И it's just funny that people start freaking out.
Сколько ты изучал русский язык?
Сколько лет? Это, на самом деле, это не лет, это я изучал 8 месяцев.
8 месяцев?
И иногда я использовал с людьми. Where is Lion King from?
Well, okay, if you learn that for 8 months, that's pretty decent for... If you have to learn how to learn the new alphabet, you have to learn how to construct phrases and how to even hear what people say and understand it. For 8 months, that's pretty good.
Зачем тебе русский язык, чувак?
What does young child look like?
Потому что я
This guy's actually Russian.
Да, я работаю с FBI, CIA, ты знаешь?
Да, я знаю, знаком.
Да.
Тоже работал с ним.
Я тоже.
Ну хорошо,
He worked with them too.
хорошо, товарищ. Ты смотрел «Бригада»?
Бригада.
How do you say comrade? Товарищ.
Товарищ.
Товарищ. Товарищ.
Ты не смотрел? А, блядь. Смотрел.
Я не зумер, я умер.
Ты и ты, мой бригад. Да. Я из Нью-Йорка, Паша из Пакистана, и ты на самом деле ты откуда? Ква? Что это язык? Это...
But when he wrote the word actually, he used the word на самом деле, which is just a phrase meaning in reality, so it wouldn't really translate over exactly. It's kind of like an anglicism, if you know what that means. It's like just taking directly English and translating it directly to Russian, and that's the phrase you would get, but it's not technically proper in this case.
I do that in Vietnamese. It's terrible. I hate it.
Videos from like 10 years ago now. 2018. No, 2016. Yeah.
Slav struggles, am I right? Так, let me bring up the lyrics, because my memory is shit. Okay, I am ready right about now. Okay. Здравствуйте, меня зовут Акена on this track. Go to kill this shit, cause I am half black. Think I don't have bars, но это не так. I always go hard and I never cut slack. Слушай, got a lot of haters, but I don't care. Cause I have Kalashnikov and Bad Bear. Russian man, born Советский Союз. Guns to my head, но я не боюсь. Ты видел мое лицо? No motion, конечно, Самосфа, with crazy flow like ocean. Брат, you listen, yeah, watch your girl, пожалуйста. She watching me hard, как бабушка ебаная Настя. I'm real Russian, end of discussion. When I did this track stood, cause every day I am stunning. I'm a strong man like Putin. You disagree, you end up like Gregory Rasputin. No hooks to these verses, просто мне не надо. Killing all my enemies so easy, как бригада. Бригада. As soon as I hit the airport, sukas come running. My enemies stay away, cause I am gunning. My liver stone like hammer, I drink vodka every day. Stay away, you have a problem with me. Уходи. I kill you quick, no mercy. Это правда, no mercy, none at all. My lyrics stronger than Pushkin's, my skills straight from Bogom. I'm the Russian rap king, so Americans don't like me. Other Slavs wanna fight me, but that figure is behind me. Let me tell you, just in case you don't know, мне все равно. In the future нет and never in the past, no. Я никому ничего не должен. Ну что ж, that's all. Motherland ignore.
Okay, if he claimed that he spoke Russian for 8 months and then this video came out like 4 years before that, I don't know how this correlates, but yeah, something's off with that.
Hello, the
In another
singular
sense,
viewer, who are you?
he just plugged it into Google Translate here. You can tell because independently the verbs and the words, they sound differently than what they would use here, so it just sounds like bizarre. And he has like the most American accent here possible. I mean, this is from like 8 years ago, so I'll give it some slack, but so I expected to be a lot better than that. He put Russian like with all the other languages he learns in his banner, so I expected to be like way better than this, probably on par with language synth Russian, but it was far from that. Just based on his accent, his use of grammar and word choice, you can tell that he's a foreigner when he speaks, and there are a lot of problems with his speech. This sounds like I'm just completely roasting him, but honestly, it's pretty good, especially if you learned it in 8 months. I think for 8 months, that's really good progress.
Who is the singular viewer? Could you please comment something? Just one thing. Please, just one thing. Why I hate learning русский язык.
Всем огромный привет и добро пожаловать на мой канал. Для тех, кто не знает, меня зовут Language. Я из США и я изучаю русский. Сегодня я расскажу вам о том...
Я расскажу вам о том. Я расскажу. I will tell you about why I ненавижу русский язык.
Почему я ненавижу русский язык? Ну, конечно же, вы уже знаете...
Ну, конечно. Well, of course. already know that I strongly love Russian.
Что я так сильно люблю русский, но в то же время...
But в то же время... At the same time, блять. Said be блять.
Блять.
Blat.
Blat. It is...
Blat.
It's extremely frustrating. You see, the other day I was minding my own business, doing my usual language learning routine, when I realized that it would be a great idea to practice speaking with some natives. So I found a local Russian and I began to speak with them. And all was good until I made one fatal mistake. Да, у меня много другов.
I asked her. I think you need to raise your microphone. Yeah, I probably do need to, I've lowered the video like 32 decibels now. I think it should be better.
Что не так, чувак?
Is it better?
Ну что...
Is it better?
Ты сказал, блядь. Ну я сказал...
I do like that there are subtitles now.
Что не так, чувак?
Что не так? Что не так? Спока. I don't know yet. You don't know yet, really? You can't. Can you hear me? You might need to turn up your volume because I lowered my desktop audio by 32 decibels. Что не так, чувак? I should call that one Russian girl in my grade Chuvak. That would be pretty funny. I don't know her, but she exists. Ну что ты сказал, блять?
Сказал, блядь. Но я сказал, что у меня много другов. It took me a moment to figure out what I did wrong, but when I...
Я очень хорошо понимаю английский. I don't understand English very well, so it's even harder to hear. Yeah, that does make sense. English is not great for hearing, especially how a lot of the words kind of join together, like I'm, not that. It's not the best language to listen to.
I realized the mistake I made. I shitted in my brand new underpants. I'll explain the mistake in a second. I was so embarrassed and I was pissed off, so I needed to escape my dark thoughts.
Will is the past tense, right? Is there some past tense adverbs? Particle? What? Will.
Thoughts. I began to daydream of a long time before I ever spoke Russian. Way before I even knew that other languages existed.
Way before you knew
it
that
was
language
nice.
existed.
Back then, I had never even seen a ooey before, and the crab-looking mother hadn't even stalked my nightmares yet. So you're probably wondering, what?
How is it pronounced? How's it pronounced? Which one? Is it? Oh.
Did I do wrong? Well, you see, Russian has something really cringy.
Okay, so it's thanks.
Called cases, which means that each noun can take up.
I could tell from the one in the letter
The 12 forms based on what its role is in a sentence.
It is quite
the word
annoying.
for friend in Russian is drug, and these are all of the forms that the word drug can take.
Is he saying drug or druk? Because the final consonant divorces. Even I know that, and I barely know anything.
In different situations. Wow, there are a ton of them. So when I said before I said the word friend, my only two functioning brain cells after learning Danish had to find the right variant of drug for the occasion.
So friend is drug, and it is a lot of drug, and since it's a lot of something, we gotta put drug in the plural genitive.
Let me just check with Google Translate. Drug. Drugs, yes.
Друг.
Друг. And?
Друг.
Is it different? It sounds a tiny bit different.
Друг.
Oh no, it sounds exactly the same.
Form. The and drug ends in g, and word that ends in g in plural genitive.
How do you remember what to add? Like, I can barely remember how to conjugate verbs.
It adds of. It is drug.
Also, sorry that you can't understand English very well. It's even harder with me because I don't speak any sort of singular accent. I speak a weird combination of Australian, Vietnamese, and British. And a tiny bit of Russian. Because of... I don't know why. Somehow my accent has changed a little bit. To maybe my sh and l sometimes changes. I have the dark L seems to happen a lot more. And sh. I honestly can't tell the difference between l and l anymore. It's becoming so hard to tell.
You see, my brain cells forgot that the word drug is one of the bajillion irregular nouns.
Yep, no. Yep. What's the full form of that word? Super. Go from there. Чтоб тебе, дети. I wish that your children had crap on in your soup. Oh yeah, I can kind of see that. Чтоб тебе, дети. Something, you children in soup. Yeah, I can see that. Condom. Okay. There's a lot of condom right here. Your butt. I think it's your butt. Is it? Ева много. Yeah. Is it? Okay.
In the language, so I declinated it wrong.
Declinated it.
Ёбаный.
Yeah, it's ёбаный. Okay, cool.
First,
declinating is really annoying.
Magical ass, Rasputin ass, hocus pocus. Brain cells forgot that the word drug is one of the bajillion irregular nouns in the language, so I declinated it wrong. For some magic.
Ебачим. What?
Glass Rasputin.
Yellow something. Butch. What are these words? Bakakim something.
Nas hocus pocus black.
I don't see any Rasputin.
Magic ass reason. The word drug actually
Slova. Is that how you say word? Yes, Slova is how you say word.
changes to Druzier in this context. And this crap happens all the time. As you gotta memorize the
Then if it's all the time, then wouldn't it be a regular verb?
dozens or so forms of every noun and then be able to pull them out of your hiney on command.
I don't have a hiney.
Man. But that's if you can even remember the base words in the language, because they're all crazy too. Some words are shorter than that British woman's term as Prime Minister of England. Like, if you put the backwards R and the crab-looking monster together, you get the word yad, which means poison. It's just two goofy-ass letters kissing each other. And some words are as long as continental chicken fry-looking chili. Like, if you grab a crab and then put 50 random letters after it, you get достопримечательность, which means an attraction, like a tourist site or something. It shouldn't be legal for words to be that long, and I have a right eye that frequently runs off to Narnia, so half the time I don't know if I'm hallucinating or just reading Russian. Also, So verbs are entirely broken in this language. The developers should not have released this language without beta testing the verbs first. Take the verb говорить, for example, which means to speak. It would be chill if they had just left it at that, but the devs added a crap ton of prefixes you can attach on verbs to make them mean completely different things. Говорить can change to заговорить, which means to start speaking. It can become договорить, which means to finish speaking. Иди нахуй говорить, which means to speak kindly.
That's a pretty good one. I'm gonna have to remember that. I think I'll need that almost every day. The иди нахуй part, not the говорить part. I know both of them independently. Okay, what am I saying?
Not говорить, which means to say too much, and there's like 10 more. The worst part is that these prefixes aren't even consistent, and they can mean different things when attached to different verbs. Oh, another thing to mention is the stupid, incomprehensible, illegal cursive writing system in Russian. Look at it. How can anyone read that? And when you get into the specifics, it gets even crazier. Why does the lowercase crab turn into this? It looks like a G in the American alphabet. Why does the lowercase t look like an M? And this one just looks inappropriate. It bothers me a lot.
It looks like the kind of thing that you put on... Actually, no, mate. It looks like some sort of sign, like a pole. Looks like some, I don't know, stopping sign.
But with all that slander being said about the language, nothing beats the amazing feeling of speaking Russian for a few minutes without making any mistakes.
I've never experienced that.
It feels better than any earthly pleasure, and although difficult, it is not impossible. In summary, I love the Russian language, but sometimes it makes me want to grab a bat and put humongous holes in my walls, and even uninstall Duolingo. Thank you for listening to my rant. Всем иди нахуй. Пока.
Всем иди нахуй. Пока. It's not bad. Go. Okay. This might actually be pretty good.
I don't know how to say that! I don't know! No! Please don't attack me! No! Please don't attack! No!
What languages do it support? Oh, okay. I think this will be way too gamified.
My legal birth name is Language Simp, and I am a hyper-polyglot giga-chad alpha male who is very attractive to every woman and man on the planet. And today is the start of a new series where I review language learning apps and resources. In this series, I will be giving my honest and unfiltered opinions as a hyper-polyglot giga-chad on different ways to learn and practice foreign languages. The first app that I'll be reviewing today is a free mobile language game called Lingo Legend. Lingo Legend reached out to me and asked me to review their game, so this video is sponsored by them, but they gave me full permission to be 100% honest and say anything I want about the app. First, I will show you some live gameplay, then I will share my thoughts and rate the app on a scale of 1 to GigaChad. The game is 100% free, and the link to download it is in the description, so go and try it and tell me what you think in the comments. Let me know what language learning resource you want me to review next. Without further ado, let's begin.
Okay.
But first things first, let's select the language to actually study. Okay, so it says Japanese there. I promise, guys, I did not select Japanese. I am not a weeb. I've never seen anime in my life, except once accidentally. I will never study Japanese, so let's change that. We could choose between Baguette language, South Danish, Pasta language, anime language, Squid Game language, Bolsonaro muy gustoso language, and Mexican. So let's choose Italian because I really like cheese. Let's see, let's choose novice because
German for that,
to be honest. So this here is the hub world. You can see our two main characters. The one on the left is quite attractive. I'm not attracted to men, but he looks kind of like me with the red beard, so I love Hamish. But Believe it or not, Lingo Legend actually said that they will be releasing avatars in the near future, and they're going to make a language synth avatar, which is freaking crazy, but I just don't know how different it's going to look to Hamish already, but we'll see. So let's just go adventure, and let me show you what the main gameplay loop looks like. So during the questing, you kind of start at the lowest level, you have to battle all these monsters and make your way at the top, and I will show you what that looks like now. So before we go into it, it's going to show me a list of the things that I will be quizzed on, so I can review it if I want right now. But since I'm an absolute giga chat, I'm just going to start the battle and see how well I...
Okay. Right. Иди нахуй, блядь.